What's up, everybody? Justin Saunders here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this video, I want to talk about the number one mistake I see entrepreneurs make when they're first getting started. And basically, what I'm going to do in this video is give you an example of something that I personally have done. I've seen a lot of my students do as well, and then also give you a roadmap so you don't make the same mistakes. And ultimately, save you thousands of dollars and headaches in the process. So before we even jump into this, let me just kind of talk to you about how I got started in this, and more importantly, what I experienced and what I transitioned out of to make sure that I don't make these type of mistakes anymore. And it all started when I first got into the SMA space, into the digital world, I guess we'll call it. What happened was, and I'm sure you'll see it a lot, is there's a lot of different things you can do. You can do e-commerce drop shipping. You can go into real estate. You can do Airbnb. You can run a social media marketing agency. You can do another random little program that Ty Lopez releases. Look, there's a lot of different things you can do. And especially when you're first getting started in here as an entrepreneur, right? You think that there's a lot of that you should be making a lot of money online right away because that's what everyone promises, but that's not the reality. And that's how it was for me. When I first got into this, I bought into an e-commerce course, and the promise was like, oh, you'll make $100,000 online, and I'm going to teach you how to do it right away. Well, that didn't happen. So what did I do? Okay, screw this. Let's go on to something else. So I got into real estate thinking I'd, flip a property within a week or so. That didn't happen. So I was like, screw this, start another business. Got back into e-commerce and finally started seeing some results, but I wasn't making up to $100,000 a month like I thought I would be. So at that time, I started just selling e-commerce stores, which was, good. It was enough money to pay for rent, my life, a little bit of I won't even say my lifestyle, just paid to support me. And then from there, that's kind of how I got into, that's kind of how I got into the position I'm in now. I was thinking again, I tried Forex trading online for a little bit. That was a whole scenario by itself. Talk about sleepless nights. If you don't have money, don't go into Forex. But that kind of everything there transitioned me into where I'm at now, which was, I remember very specifically, I was at the beach with my family and I walked away by myself and I was like, man, I got to do something. I got to make moves in the right direction. And I remember sitting on that beach, and it was kind of crazy how it worked out. I found a piece of a stick, and I started drawing on the beach my game plan. It was just like something hit me right there. I was like, I'm going to draw it in the game plan. And I designed this whole agency model because I knew I could run ads. I knew I could get clients. Actually, I knew a little bit I could run ads, but I knew I could get clients. And that's kind of how I positioned everything out. I drew it in the sand. And the game plan was to go after dentists at the time. But long story short, fast forward, I went home from that vacation and implemented everything and told myself I was going to commit to this for 3 months. And then if I didn't see results, then I would go into another field or even potentially worst case scenario, go become an Uber driver. Because at the time, I didn't really have much to lose, other than just not affording rent. The only thing I had was, like just me. Like I just had to afford myself. I knew I could figure out something. So that is when I made the transition to commit. And once I made the decision to commit, that's when I started seeing results. And that's why so many people in this space, they don't see results because they can't commit long enough. If you're somebody that can't commit to something, I encourage and I challenge you right here, right now, to commit to something for 3 months. If you're somebody that is not seeing the results you want and you feel like you're bouncing around from different industry to different industry, trying to make something to work to make you money online, stop what you're doing and commit to one thing. And it's really one of those things that you're going to have to sit back and talk to yourself on a very frequent basis, because I found myself doing this recently, especially with the whole coronavirus, recession, everything that's going on. It's really easy to get caught up in the mix and see what everybody else is doing and try to go follow the flow. Now, there's a difference between pivoting and completely stopping what you're doing. Now, if you're in a business model right now, a lot of people in the agency space need to pivot. And there's a difference between pivoting, like I said, there's a difference between pivoting and just completely stopping what you're doing. The difference is pivoting is meaning you're doing a smart pivot in the same industry that you're in. Like, for example, if you're let's say you're working with dentists right now and you're running a lead generation agency, otherwise known SMA, right? Well, a pivot would be learning how to change your agency to teach them how to do something online, or another little tiny sub niche of the niche, or even potentially taking another route and going a different niche that you can make money in this time online. But a lot of people will freak out and say, oh, well, this isn't working. Let me go start drop shipping again. And that's the absolute worst thing you can do, especially times like right now. You need to be tripling down on one skill. And that's ultimately what it comes down to, is being committed to one skill that will provide for you and be able to grow your business. For me, it's digital marketing. Like, that's the one skill. I mean, of course I could go out there and learn real estate. Like, I would love to learn real estate. I would love to start doing Airbnbs, but it's like, there's no point, because I'm so much more where I'm at now. I'm so much more farther advanced where I'm at now that it doesn't make any sense. And that's what I want you to think about. If you've committed, you just need to commit to one thing. And when you commit to that one thing, you're going to say no to other things. And ultimately, that's what you need to do, is start saying no to opportunities that does not make you evolve into the direction that you need to be going right now. So that is one of the things. Again, I coach a lot of students on this, and it's something that is brought up very frequently, is wanting to go in a different direction just because you don't see results right away. I like to call it the popcorn effect, right? You're going to be planting seeds. When you commit to something, actually commit, 3-month commitment, you start planting seeds. And although you don't see them work right away, those seeds will sprout. I promise you. I guarantee you, as long as you just stick to something and commit to it, you will see results. And that's ultimately everything that comes down to from this video, is if you can commit to one thing, you will see results. So I encourage every single person on here, whatever you're doing right now, write it all down on a piece of paper. And if it's not just one thing, or if it's, the other things go in different categories, if it's not all one thing in one big category, meaning if you're digital marketing and you have real estate on there, or if you have, ATMs, you're not committed. And if you are doing that and you're not making the money, of course you can do this once you have the systems and processes in place to automate the back end, but commit to one thing first. That's what I'd advise for you guys. And, if you're somebody that is bouncing around, I get it. I've been there. I was there way too long. And what I'm here to tell you is, it's okay. You can pick one thing. It doesn't have to be SMMA. It doesn't have to be real estate. It doesn't have to be e-commerce. It doesn't have to be ATMs. But pick one thing. And if it is, the one thing that you want to pick is social SMMA, getting leads for your clients, which I think is ultimately the best skill you can potentially even try to learn during times like right now, then what I can do for you is, there is a free training down below. Again, you don't have to check it out. I'm just giving you my advice, especially on times like right now. I truly believe that even if you don't make any money in the next month from this, is if you can learn this skill, and this is what my first mentor told me, if you can learn how to market, you're going to be set for life. And that's always sat with me, because here I am now. That first course I ever bought, which I thought I got ripped off on, taught me the one thing that got me to where I'm at now, which is believing in yourself. Because if you can believe in yourself, you can conquer the world. And again, I really do think, especially in a time like right now, this is one of your best options to do, is get into the online world. Because think about it. All these businesses that's shutting down, they got to go online anyways. Now's the best time to do it. Learn a skill that will pay for the rest of your life. So if you want that free training, link down in the description down below. It's completely free. Check that out. Talks about how, more importantly, like how where I was in my life, not at a great time, to where I'm at now, and kind of the transition and a lot of the secrets that you can implement your own. So with that being said, I hope you found value in this video. And if you did, be sure to give me that thumbs up down below. With that being said, until next time.